Thank you for joining me today on Twin Cities Community. This is exciting. We talked about this last year. I'm so glad you guys are back. It's the fifth annual Minnesota Aspirations for Women in Computing Awards. In the studio with me today is Russell Frankel and Devin Sales. Russell has been involved with the Minnesota Aspirations in Computing Awards program since its inception a few years back. This marks the fifth instance of the award and its many complementary program offerings. He's worked with many youth development strategies initiatives throughout his 30-year career in Minnesota community education. And Devin Sales graduated from Michigan State with a degree in computer science and media and communication technology. And throughout her 4 years at college, she was active in the student group MSU Women in Computing. She led the club as president during her senior year and especially loved planning and participating in outreach teaching technology workshops to local Girl Scouts, and then moved up here, started working for General Mills, and was like, I got to get something going here in the Twin Cities, and she met Russell. And that's why we're here talking about the Minnesota Aspirations in Computing Awards program. Thank you both for being here. And Russell, before we start talking about this, I do want to just right away say that the application process is going on now to get your application in for the Minnesota Aspirations for Women in Computing Awards. When is the deadline?
It's November 7th, and it's for girls in high school.
Gotcha.
Just to clarify.
Okay, girls in high school, 9th through 12th?
Yes.
Okay, 9th through 12th grade. And you can get your application at advanceitmn.org.
Correct.
And we'll repeat that quite a bit throughout the show.
Great.
You can apply now through November 7th. So we just want to get that out there right away because people got to get on that. And
That's right. Don't delay.
No. Devin, you give me a little bit of your background because you've been involved with this for a few years now.
I have, yeah. So I studied computer science in college at Michigan State University. And also in college, I was involved in Women in Computing, which was a group that we had on campus.
A large group, small group? It's getting bigger every day, I'm sure.
Getting bigger. The program, computer science, is growing across the country and at Michigan State. But so I kind of got bitten by the bug of doing outreach and encouraging young people to get more involved in technology and to learn how to code and do all that kind of stuff. So when I moved to Minneapolis to work for General Mills in IT, I wanted to continue doing that kind of work. And so I kind of started looking around for opportunities in different programs that I could get involved in. And so then I met Russell Frankel. And he invited me to the first annual Minnesota Aspirations ceremony. And after that, I knew I wanted to be involved.
That's cool.
So I've been involved for the last 4 years.
And I'm glad you're here in the Twin Cities.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very fun. Hey, Russ, you've been involved with the Minnesota Aspirations in Computing Awards for girls since the inception a couple of years ago. Give us a background of this whole thing and how it started for you.
Okay, well, it's actually 5 years now. And I'm with Advance IT Minnesota. It's part of the Minnesota State Colleges and University System, formerly MinSCU. And, we just saw it as a unique opportunity, really, and one of the surest ways to close the information technology talent and opportunity gap was really to reach out to young women and get them involved in this. And so I met Ruth Farmer, who is with the National Center for Women and Information Technology, and they were searching for a Minnesota affiliate to get one off the ground, and I said, I'm game. I really want to do that. And there were a number of other women that I knew from companies and associations that were involved in promoting women in technology, and they were right there with me. Very interested in doing this. And so the rest is history. We've been doing this for 5 years now. We've had numerous girls come through the program. They've had an opportunity to not only be considered for an award, but really to do all kinds of activities with technology, with women, with companies. And that's the key. We're getting all those people together, working together on behalf of girls and on behalf of their business needs. They just need young, sharp technologists like Ashmita, who you're going to meet.
Yeah, she's down in Kansas City. We're going to call her in a little bit. She was one of the honorees last year. Can you just briefly talk about some of the honorees? And maybe, Devin, jump in where you want to, too, here. And can you tell me what the Sparks program is?
Yes, the Sparks program is an outgrowth of Aspirations, and it's really a year-round program that we use funding from our sponsors from Aspirations we plow it back into Sparks where we can provide these activities that are occurring. For instance, the out-of-the-gate activity that we're going to be doing this year in December is with Microsoft in Edina. And Microsoft has been a longtime partner. And what's happening is they've kind of blown up their old innovation, I'm not going to say old, but their former innovation center in Edina. And they've created a brand new one. And we're going to be the first group of a number of girls from Aspirations and other girls from high schools in the area will have the first opportunity to try that new innovation center on and take it on for the day.
That'd be cool.
So, so we have all kinds of those kinds of activities. Devin can talk about one that we did at General Mills.
Yeah, so Sparks also has a week-long summer camp, a tech day camp that they do for the young ladies. And this year they were looking for a field trip option at the summer camp. And so through our connections with General Mills and Aspirations, Russ asked if we might be willing to have the girls at General Mills for a day. So they got to come tour our innovative learning lab. They got to play with Little Bits, which is like a little circuit sort of toy where they can learn how to build little circuits. When they built little robots, they got a tour. They got to play with our Oculus Rift and our 3D printer.
How fun is that? Think about back in the day when we toured General Mills, we were baking with Betty Crocker.
They did also get to see the Betty Crocker kitchen.
Did they? Which is pretty impressive.
Yes.
I've been there. That is very high tech too. That is very fun. Yeah. What about funding for Aspirations and for Sparks and?
Right. Well, I want to give a plug to Maverick Software. Maverick Software was really the originating force that allowed us, they bankrolled us in the first couple of years while we were getting our feet on the ground. We're like a startup business, this group of people who came together on behalf of Aspirations. And they provided the startup funds. And now they have pulled back to a level as a what we would call a pillar partner level, which is a $5,000 sponsorship. And then we have a number of other pillar partner companies that are involved as well. And I'll give them a little shout out.
Give them a plug.
Yeah. I'm going to get to the note. Those would be SPS Commerce, STEM Fuse, Veritas, Land O'Lakes, and, of course, Advanced IT Minnesota. And then we have a number of other sponsorship levels. Last year, Logic PD was a $10,000 sponsor. They're our kind of champion level partner. And then we have all kinds of other partners as well. Thomson Reuters, Super Value, Target, Unisys, Blue Cross Blue Shield, General Mills, UMSA. You name it. I mean, we have lots and lots of people involved.
That's cool.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're just joining us, the Minnesota Aspirations for Women in Computing Awards is held in April. You can apply for these awards now. The apply time frame is going now, and it runs through November 7th. You can apply at advanceitmn.org. Last year, 30 winners and runners-up. You had one national level recognition, distinguished awards. Tell me about last April and what you could look forward to this April.
Well, we're hoping, of course, to have enough of a pool. That's why we need your applications out there, so that we can have a similar number of awardees this year. Last year, yes, we had 30, and we had an additional roughly 23, I believe, that were recognized with a distinction award. And so our hope is we certainly have the funding with partners that are very interested in doing this. We have our date all set. It's on April 18th.
Put it on your calendar for 2017.
Put it on your calendar. Absolutely, you girls out there. And we plan to do this all over again. And we'll just keep doing this until that talent pipeline is all filled.
Before we call Ashmita down in Kansas City, pick somebody, just highlight somebody else that was an award winner last year. And I mean, look at the high schools. We're talking local high schools right here around the Twin Cities.
Breck School in Golden Valley.
Who was that
Prairie High
at
School.
Breck?
Breck School was Isabella Jennings.
Okay.
And she is involved in some research, it looks like, at the University of Minnesota.
Awesome.
She also likes to teach rookie topics like power tools.
That's cool.
And teamwork and problem solving.
Who else do you have?
Well, I'd like to feature Yair Tail, and she was a senior at Patrick Henry High School. So I want people to understand that we have people from, metropolitan, urban schools that are being recognized. We have suburban schools, and we have outstate girls as well that are applying and winning this award.
Cool.
We had a great young lady from Buffalo who won last year. So you better apply wherever you are.
Yeah.
You can't avoid this. You have to go do it.
Okay, I want to call Ashmita. Before I do that, though, tell me, before we get her on the line and embarrass her, tell me about Ashmita and what you guys would say about her.
Well, Ashmita is fortunate to be in a program at Wayzata High School that is really a leader in computer science education. And so we're grateful for that. Her teacher, Tika Kude, was a former educator award winner, because every year we also recognize an educator of the year. And Tika was awarded that in the second year of the program. So Ashmita has that good fortune, but at the same time, she is one sharp individual.
Well, let's call her. Should we call her
yeah,
down there?
Yes,
okay,
let's do that.
Let's call her. Okay, I'm calling Kansas City. Ashmita Sarma, how are you, and what are you doing in Kansas City?
Oh, well, right now I'm at a tech conference. It's called DevOps Days Kansas City, and they're basically talking a lot about new changes to technology culture and automation and how to streamline everything, all the code that you need for your company, and basically how to change the process in which technology is developed by combining development and operations.
Okay, this is amazing. You're a senior at Wayzata, right?
Yeah, I am.
So this is what you do on your MEA weekend.
Yep.
That is so cool. Tell me about your day. What's your day going to be like today?
Well, today, after this interview, I'm probably going to get lunch and then head back to the conference. And then after the conference, they have scheduled like an arcade activity just for everyone at the conference to get to know each other. And then I'll do some more preparation for my talk tomorrow. And then, yeah, that's my day.
How fun is that? Okay, Tell me about your work with Minnesota Aspirations for Women in Computing Awards and what happened last year. What do you tell people when they say, what is that and what did you get?
Well, the Aspirations Award is basically an award that's given to girls in high school for their interest in technology. So it can range from anything. I mean, I'm personally more interested in like coding and technology development, but some people, they're interested in video production, or they do a lot of like technology related activities like teaching other people about technology and those kinds of activities. So they award girls for their dedication to learning more about computing and also to teaching others about computing and reaching out to other people.
Well, I've been talking with Russ and Devin here about how do the girls know about the awards. How did you find out about it at Wayzata High School?
Well, I learned about it from my computer science teacher, Miss Cootie.
Yay, Miss Cootie. Woohoo!
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, woo! Yeah, she's really supportive of girls who want to get into technology, and so she encouraged all of us to apply to the award. And so I learned about it from her. And I know that at other schools they also have computer science teachers there promoting it. But then there are some schools with like girls who are interested in technology, but they don't have like computer science classes. So some people like learn outside of school. And so the Aspirations Award is meant to reach out to everybody. So a lot of promotion is behind it for people to learn about it. And any of you out there, if you know a girl and they're interested in computer science, but they haven't even heard about the award, you should definitely tell them.
Okay, Russ, you got a good one here.
Ashmita, I would just like to ask you what kind of things have occurred in relation to the awards that, you've really enjoyed.
So, first of all, everyone who applies to the award, they get into this network of people in Minnesota who promote activities for girls in computer science. Like, I know a lot of people, they're invited to Sparks even if they just apply and they don't necessarily win. And then also there's personally for me, since I won the award and winners and runners-up for the award, they got the opportunity to interview for internships, and that was really exciting. And so I got an internship at SPS Commerce, and that's where I really learned about DevOps. Basically, SPS Commerce is a retail supply chain company. And so I interned on the systems engineering team, and I got to learn a lot about systems engineering and more on like the back end of software development. And so that's where I also learned a lot about DevOps and development operations and how like the technology culture is really changing. And I also got the opportunity to do technology job shadows at different companies. So I went to Land O'Lakes, Target, and Unisys, and I got to see how like each of their companies does technology for a day.
Wow.
And so
Crazy.
that was another great opportunity I got. And also, like a part of winning the Aspirations Award, you get invited to this awardees Facebook group, and that's where I learned a lot about different opportunities and scholarships. And I learned a lot about scholarships and other hackathons from Russell because he sends out a lot of them.
Where are you going to go to school?
I'm applying to colleges right now, but I'm not exactly sure where exactly I'm going.
I'd like to promote a Minnesota state school, Ashmita.
Well, I'm telling you, there's probably people from those companies she mentioned saying, okay, what's her name and where do I get a hold of her?
Okay.
Ashmita, that is really fun. And again, Ashmita Sarma, is that how you say your last name?
Yeah.
Ashmita Sarma is a senior at Wayzata High School right now in Kansas City. What is the name of the conference again?
It's called DevOps Days.
DevOps?
Mm-hmm.
DevOps Days. What does DevOps Days mean?
So, like I said before, it's development operations.
Gotcha.
And so it's this cultural idea that you combine developers and people in operations, so in like system engineering, like a lot of the back-end maintenance stuff, and you bring them together to streamline the technology development process. And so it has a lot to do with culture, it has a lot to do with automation and testing, and basically it unites the two of them so that you can make technology products better.
Ashmita, this is Devin. I was just curious, what's your talk about tomorrow?
Mine's specifically about an automation tool called Ansible. And so I used it during my internship, and I just thought that I wanted to share more about it at this conference.
Well, good luck.
Yes, enjoy yourself, Ashmita.
And hopefully when you get back into town here, we got to get you into the studio here someday.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we got to get you into iHeartMedia someday.
Wow.
Hey, Ashmita, thank you so much, and good luck down in Kansas City.
Yeah, thank you so much, too.
All right.
Bye, Ashmita.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Holy cow.
Wow.
What a girl, huh?
Yeah, we don't have to say anything.
You know. Yeah. Okay, so she got the information from her teacher. How do these girls get this information?
Okay, well, they want to go to advanceitmn.org. And I'll repeat that, advanceitmn.org. And they can apply right there. And we just make this known to, high schools around the state, through teachers, through counselors, through whatever way we can. Parents learn about it. They listen to radio shows like this, and they learn more about it, and then they encourage their girls to apply. And this is for girls who have budding interests in technology. They don't have to be as accomplished as Ashmita obviously is.
I was just going to say, she's a little it's
it's
intimidating
amazing.
A little bit.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But we have all kinds of girls, as Ashmita mentioned, that have all kinds of interests in technology, and we want to encourage them all to apply. This shines a spotlight a bit on their work, on what the things they're kind of into at the moment, gives them a chance to learn some new technologies, meet some people in the field, and then really get invited to other things. So that's the key thing is even if you don't win an award, you get this chance to get into a network in which you can really, get to know other girls, get to know women in the field, and get engaged.
All Minnesota applicants are also automatically in the national program?
Yes.
Yeah, can you
simultaneous?
guys talk about that?
Yeah.
It's
Feel
one
free.
application that you fill out online, and then once you've done your one application, you are not only in the Minnesota local pool, but you're in the national pool.
Whoa.
So you could be recognized nationally.
And that's happened.
Yeah, yes, we have had a national winner and several national runners.
Yeah.
Over
And that's that'll be the Bank of America Technology Stars of the Future Showcase, which is in March, which happens before
Yes.
the Minnesota one.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and the cool thing is they determine the national award winners before we determine ours.
Yeah.
And so, of course, what happens, which makes sense, is that our national award winner that's coming from Minnesota is also recognized locally. And then she usually, typically, unless she's not interested, and that's rare, will make remarks at the event.
Yeah.
Because, this event really is about the girls. So the ceremony involves remarks from the girls. It's everything we can do to continue to shine the spotlight on them and give them that opportunity for leadership.
Yeah, and you guys were talking earlier. Ashmead is part of a really cool program at Wayzata. Say, for instance, your STEM program isn't quite like
right.
some of the other schools, but you're listening to this program, and we've said it earlier. But if you're listening to this program and you know a young woman who would totally be into this.
Right.
Maybe just because she's on the computer gaming and all,
Yeah,
right.
Because they know a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I would just say this, that our desire is, and there's a recognition with the review committee that we have that is a reality. We have some circumstances where schools aren't able to offer this as readily as some other schools. And there's some factoring that goes on in that. In the end, what we're really seeking is young women who have that spark. They have that sort of inspiration, that interest, and they're demonstrating that through their own self-directed learning, through their school in some cases, through their community organizations, any which way that they're demonstrating it. And it's not just around technology, it's around what other things are you doing to demonstrate leadership and your involvement in the community.
Yeah, the way I like to think about it with the winners is that the girls that apply are already doing technology. They've already, tried coding or tried robotics or whatever. But the Aspirations program is taking it from technology is kind of this thing I do or this after-school activity and helping them see it as a path into college and into a career and helping them really form those aspirations in computing and make a plan for the future.
And this being the 5th annual awards, Russell, there's going to be a lot of pay it forward coming up in the future when these women get out into the workforce and really turn it on.
Right. Well, to that point, should we reveal what we're thinking about for our speaker, one of our speakers? It's impossible.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Yes. Feel free, Devin, if you will.
He wants you to be in
Yeah. Well, she's the program.
Devin did.
She's a program chair, but I think we're at a stage, and maybe this will happen, maybe it won't, but it'll happen very soon. Is we actually have women who, they're now graduating from college, and they've already had a number of employment experiences, and so.
Yes, so we are in communication with a young lady who was recognized a few years ago, who is now working for NASA, I believe.
Yes.
Either interning or full-time, I can't remember, but she's working for NASA. And we would love to have her either be our MC or keynote speaker. So I'm in charge of reaching out to her and kind of figuring out what she might like to do and starting to kind of fill our program with great speakers and girls who've been through it, who can relate on that level
forward part,
to the winners. Exactly.
Right. So Kiersey Cootie, if you're listening from Duluth.
or any of her relatives, tell her that we need her.
Yeah, we're going to work on that with you.
I'll call you soon, Kiersey.
That sounds really cool. Okay, before I let you go, again, the application process is now open for the 5th Annual Minnesota Aspirations for Women in Computing Awards. How do we find the application, and then where do we go from there?
Okay, so it's really simple. You go to advanceitmn.org, and on that homepage, you're going to see the Aspirations in Computing Award. Click on it and apply. It's that easy.
All right. I hope we get lots more applications.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
And let's
Lee.
talk in April about our winners, shall we?
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Yeah,
yes.
All right. It's the 5th Annual Minnesota Aspirations for Women in Computing Awards. Applications are now being accepted online through November 7th of this year. They'll decide in December, and then the awards program in April. Russell Frankel has been involved with the Minnesota Aspirations in Computing Awards program since it started in 2012 and 13. Like I said, this is the 5th instance of the award and its many complimentary program offerings. And Devin Sales has been working with General Mills and also getting involved with young women here in the Twin Cities with tech-related outreach. Russell and Devin, thank you so much for being here today.
Our pleasure.
Thanks.